Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to the full version of Golemworks, or Golemworks, depending on how pissed off I want to make you guys make. Welcome to Golemworks. But either way, we are actually going to be playing this, and I enjoyed the demo so much that, yes, I am glad that I was able to get a press key for this. We are jumping in on normal difficulty. There's a few difficulty settings. There's hard and extreme as well. So we have to defeat wave 40 on hard to get to there. I don't know if there's an endless mode. It wouldn't surprise me. And we also have unlocks over here with like gemstones, and we also have beat wave 20 to get industrial start. And we also have these challenges down here to get like 10,000 gold, level 10 plus Deus, and spawn a unit and stuff like that. The stuff from the demo, for some reason, it carried over, but it says our best wave was 16. I'm not entirely sure that is the case. I'm adjusting my microphone there. Now, as far as opening goes, we're going to have to be spammy starting out, because yes, numbers do matter. So let's go ahead and click start. And now elements actually do matter as well. So we've got a Lautus, a Pia, and a Vigil. I do like the Pias. Range increased, +1 max targets, and we can get more attack speed if we get the stuff for these. We need these resources over there. The basic premise of the game is each of these has an element hanging off of it. So, example, the Pia has this shape. If we wanted a Vigil, we'd have to have it have this shape. And yes, you can rotate them to get to this shape and stuff like that. Or you can add it using various modifiers. You can also get elements which are added on the diagonals and give you these resources. That's pretty much the general function of this. Now, as far as our opener goes, that adds it uses 2 levels to add I believe, a left. Yeah, that symbol. This one adds a right, which is that. We don't want either of those. No. Kind of sad, but we're going to go ahead and do that and that. We're just getting some bodies out there. We may end up selling the Vigil. I don't know yet, but we do have a refresh. This might not be a bad grab because that gets us a resource. Which one would that be towards? Vulnerability from the Vigil would not be a bad one. And that'd be a nice cheap guy to just continue spamming out. The Pia extra attack speed isn't bad. Range against targets isn't bad. Obviously, we could also level up the cards to make them a little bit stronger. But I don't know what do you do? Routes the input core to one of the output sockets in alternating fashion, adds 1 level. Okay, so that just levels things up and alternates them back and forth. It doesn't split them. So it's an alternating one. So that's not really that valuable. It's basically a +1 that's able to spit out in 2 different directions. I don't think we particularly care about that. I do think, however, we do care about getting more of that resource, so we're going to send them through that. Obviously, we can't afford the Lotus because we are out of money. And we don't have anything in the second slot, so we don't have to worry about that. We just want resources now. We want gold. We want these guys. We don't want to take any damage. First wave, sometimes like in the demo, I would actually sacrifice first wave just to get certain resources going for us. But I think right now we just want to get these spammed out, get this guy to apply vulnerable, and then start messing around with some other stuff. And unfortunately, they do have to be close enough together for us to get the... If we go to the Pia here, we look at that in here, they have to be close enough together for them to get the max target. So they only get the 2 shots. So that kind of sucks a little bit. This converts a fire into ice for both outputs. So it basically splits the one that goes in half and then puts out 2 lower ice ones, if that makes sense. Do we go for more spammity spam? I'm going to go ahead and load that up. Ooh. I'm going to buy this. I'm not going to use it just yet. That's going to go in on the Lautus because that gets me a different unit that I particularly enjoy. And I don't think we really have anything else to waste there. So, yeah, we just start up on the next wave. Didn't get more units, but I think these guys should still be enough. Obviously, once we get to 20, we can apply vulnerability on hit. Now, the color of these doesn't matter. That's just telling you, hey, this one has that resource on it. So now we can actually do that. And now this guy's going to be probably our most useful light unit. So we'll probably swap out this Pia for another Vigil. Even though I do kind of like the Pias just because they're naturally okay. Okay, so you... I believe we can sell you for 2, yeah. We're going to go ahead and take a Vigil. We're going to grab the Lotus. We probably should have actually kept the Pia, now I think about it, but... And I think we do try the reroll, see if there's anything we particularly want. Do we want greens for you? This one is already locked into this path, so we have to keep going purples for that. Green gets the Lautus more power, but Lautus is not the one we're aiming for. We're aiming for Simia. No, we want the same resource for this one because we want +4 max targets. So I do think we just start up. Obviously, we eventually want to be going for stronger units. We want to be getting up to 50 so we can actually have more nodes in here as well as up here. This button right here actually increases the number of nodes we can have as well as the number of these guys we can have. So this should be... It's going to be a mildly rough wave because we sold the Pia and we should have actually kept it over here with the Lautus. I think that would have turned into a new unit, though, so that might not have actually been a good thing to do. Because the Pia rotating left would give us the Aranea, which is a spider. Not bad, but we don't want that, because once we get past 5 units unlocked, a bad thing happens. This becomes randomized. So the Lautus, not really the most important thing for us. I think we go ahead and open 1 mold slot. This takes a level 2 and then adds levels to them, so we can't actually do that super easily. Although, that would actually get us 2 Simia off of that. I think we prefer having extra slots, though. I'm gonna lock you. Because we want to buy that. We'll re-roll this left one. 2 levels becomes that. No, we don't care about that. The next one we want to be aiming for is probably going to be... Actually, Simia is a pretty good just anchor one to have. So we got the spammy pinks. We've got the Simia for knockback. I think our next one may either be the Bellum or the... We might even go all the way to Artis. He's very expensive to upgrade. I don't think we'll necessarily do that on normal. We could go for Tormentis. But yeah, we're going to get a Simia on the next one. I am going to go ahead. I'm just going to go. Oh, we have an extra open slot there. Do I want to just throw a Vigil in there for now? Because it wants to rotate left. So a Vigil to the left would just become a Pia. So that's not going to unlock a new one. So yeah, I think we will go with that. Just have another guy in there. We do need to get more of this because I think that's going to be... Yeah, we want them for the Vigils and we want them for the Simias. If we end up going with the artillery guys, we don't really care about those too much. That would be fire. The Sistema might not be bad. I don't think we necessarily want to go for another 2. And then, yeah, as soon as we're getting into these, we're talking dual resource. We actually have one of these that just wants... this one wants it. Prioritizes highest health enemy at range, +6 power. That might actually be a good one. Spina as a backliner behind the Simia. We want to limit how many we unlock. So I'm just going to save my resources. We're going to spam this stuff out. Obviously, I can rearrange these to take up less room. I'm just organizing it so it's easier for me to mentally comprehend what we are doing at the moment. And yeah, whenever they bunch up like that, the orb ones actually become a little bit more useful because they can hit multiple targets. That is plus fire. Do we want fire for anything? I mean, we did say that fire attacks burn 10% of the target's current health. That would make Bellum useful, but we're not really building into going for one of those elements right now. Tormenti with fire would not be bad. I'm going to move you up there. The midline. Definitely want the Simia coming in. I wish I had like a storage spot, but I think I am just going to sell you for 2 and get a Lautus. Oh yeah, we wanted to get you as well, didn't we? Since they're coming out level 2. And yeah, we can arrange these however we want, by the way. They don't have to actually be left to right. So that gets us 2 of each of those. We throw the Lautus up there. Generally speaking, unfortunately, we're going to send that up there. Generally speaking, it gets very expensive to get the cooldown down. So we do need to keep in mind how much that's going to cost, especially once we get into the 3 and 4 cost guys. So that's going to give us multiples of those. And no, we can't just send this through the splitter because it also splits the size of the stack of elements. So that does not change anything. We are going to increase your max targets. Oh, we need 50 for that, so that's fine. Yeah, I think I might just go straight purples on this. I want to go spammy on our first run, just for the sake of ease. Because as long as I can outnumber the enemy, I'm fairly confident that I can at least survive them. Right now, we are not necessarily outnumbering them, but we are doing enough AoE that we are good. Should I level up the little flying guys? Possibly. But I want to get this first. You cost 150 to get that next one anyway, so it doesn't matter. 104. Do I go for extra levels? Or do I go for an upgrade there? Or do I just save my money? Might be worth saving my money. How much do you cost to sell? 10? And you cost 30 to buy. Because we could swap the Lautus out for Simias. If we wanted to. And that would make production a little bit faster. But I think we actually do just hold. Let's see if we can get... Nope, no extra diamonds, so we just start. Yeah, 3 stacks of Simia is good, in my opinion. It'll work for what we're doing. We're looking for 150 next. Obviously, this is normal difficulty, so I'm not entirely sure if it's going to get extremely hard later on, or if it's going to be just like the demo. Because the demo did not have a difficulty select. The demo was literally just, hey, we're letting you do that. Okay, so Simias did get to the other side. Yeah, and they do get a number of attacks based on their level, in case anyone's curious about that. Nothing there, so we're going to refresh. We could also use the rotate to turn stuff to the next one. I just don't remember what order these are in. I think this is actually in order for clockwise. I could be misremembering. Like I said, last time we played was a demo, so I think we do just continue to... we could actually do an upgrade there. But I don't think we want to. Upgrading that has repercussions. Not all of them good. One of them is it changes what can be dropped. And unfortunately, that also means that, yeah, if something drops, that like, say we lose access to this, but we have something that requires that to change into the next, we won't have as many options. So I think we are doing all right, considering we have pushed them off the screen. So 319, do we just go for another upgrade? Yeah, I'm going to go for that. And we'll refresh you. Still not getting more diamond guys, unfortunately. I think, yeah, we definitely still want this going through there, because they're going to be producing faster. They have a 9-second cooldown versus 13. So 1250 for the next one. Ugh. Going all Simia does not seem like a terrible idea. We do want more splits. We haven't been seeing those either. Because what we could do is just level up these guys by 1 each, which is actually kind of cheap to do. And then have them spit out 2 level 2s of them. The knockback, super useful. There are going to be enemies that resist knockback. For as early in the waves as we are, this is a good setup. It's going to start feeling the pain later on, but we're kind of ahead of the curve for now. Okay, we don't want any of those. That's another +1. Guess we could feed those through that and do a +1. That way, if we do get another splitter, they can do some stuff. Vigils. No, we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll with this. That slows us down a little bit. Each little process point adds like a little bit of a delay as they go through it. You'll see like it takes a moment and then they have to go along the next path. Each string has a length that you spend on it, if that makes sense. So even if it's like stretched all the way over here to the right, it's the same amount of time for this string to go all the way over there as it does to go to here. So you want to be packing these tight. These are all level 2 guys, I believe. Yeah, attacks left 2. These little pink guys, I think, only have 1 attack, unfortunately. That turns green into that. That rotates left. That's not what we want. I think we just keep rolling with it and hoping for the best. I could level up the vigils, but that's not what I wanted to click on. That's not what I wanted to click on. It's really hard to click on the guys, the little ones. There we go. Max targets 2, damage 1. Do these guys actually have damage? Yeah, these guys are power 5. They can actually do decent damage. These little guys, not so much. And you do want a mix. You want a mix of fast-firing little 1 damage guys, and you want big, knock everything back and be slap-happy guys. Because enemies do have special abilities, such as mitigating damage. Okay, so we swap that. Nothing there. 638. I'm gonna keep rolling with it. If we get up to like 1250, I might take some of this stuff instead of that. We just haven't been getting good rolls for this kind of stuff. At least not the things that I am aiming for, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. And them applying vulnerable is so nice. And if we do start struggling, I can just dump into these to level them up as well. That you can do mid-run. 121, we need 150, don't we? Yeah, 150 for +4 max targets. That's going to make these guys way more useful. They may not be high level, but they do work. So 150 for vulnerability. That increases our damage output. Now we're starting to see different colors on the rims of them. I don't know what the different colors on them means, oddly enough. Like, there are purple ones, there are gray ones, and there are yellow ones. I don't remember if there's any colors beyond those, but... Another reroll. Still not what we want. Continue on. We're going to have enough to unlock this one. I do think we are getting at the point where I do need to probably just level guys up. We will hit 150. As soon as we hit that, I'm going to press this button. And bonk. And it's a double vulnerability for 750. Ugh. I don't know if we're going to be able to even get up to that amount on this difficulty. Oh, wow. Yeah, we are not really sustaining the wall super well. So I think it is 1250 for another simian. I'll check that. We got another split. So we are going to take that and throw it there. Now, we could also run it off of one of these and just have this one do something else. That is perfectly viable. Does keep these going out. I probably would do that if I got another element one. So we're getting more monkey. Oh, and we also have another slot. So, yeah, we just keep going with this. So we're going to have a level 1 Simia stack and 4 level 2 Simia stacks. We're going Simia with a little bit of vulnerability for some flavor. Speaking of flavor, I do have hard candies as my snack today, so we'll see how that goes. I'll probably just wait until after recording this to have them, but I'm sitting here looking at some lifesavers. Next one's pineapple. Those of you of a certain age will get the humor in this. Do we? I think I'm just going to re-roll it. There's a splitter. So you're going to go like that. I think we might just end up going the spam route and not worry about upgrades, which not really the ideal path to go, but we'll eventually get to upgrades. Uh-huh. Yeah, we only get 1 stack of purple on those guys. This gets us just even more level 2 monkey. Oh, now we got the big guys. I think those guys are immune to knockback. Yeah, they are. We can still take them down just by sheer numbers, but whenever those start becoming like the super common ones, it's gonna suck a little bit. There we go. And yeah, we are getting pushed back a little, but I think we're okay. Do I go for some upgrades here? Give it one more reroll. Oh. Adds 2 stacks of crystal element. Mind if I do? We're going to go ahead and move these to the end. To the end, thank you. I will go with more +2s. On that stack, I believe. That is a splitter. That splits things weirdly. I don't really want to try that one. We could sell you. That makes them level 3 coming out. So basically, this makes them level 4. They go into that, they become level 2, and then become level 3 out there. Because this adds a level after it splits. Yeah, you do that. Because I believe that's the rotation we wanted for Simias, right? A left? Hopefully I didn't just bork everything up and just ruin the run for us. I think it is left. We could do 450 for another catalyst upgrade. That's something we didn't do in the demo. So, you know what? Let's try it. Routes the input core to an output socket, depending on the glyphs it has. Adds 2 levels. That adds 4 ice or 2 green. Accumulates elements into the topmost input core. Interesting. That adds 4 life element. Do we actually have a use for life element if we go for any of the others? Tormenti. If we go that, we could actually use Tormentis. I actually think Simia is still our best pick. And yes, these guys are econ, so we're just going to be dumping them through those. Once they start going through, they will come out at that speed. They don't have to worry about it too much. Because, yeah, now they're just going to be a steady pace coming out. It's just that initial wave is delayed. The gap between them is going to be the same. So are we saving up for 300, or are we going to be saving up for 750? I think we might be saving up for the 300. I think we might try and get some stun on our monkey. We could also just be leveling our guys up. That turns ice into stuff. That's kind of neat. None of those are particularly interesting for us. So, do we increase the speed of these guys so we get more vulnerables off? Or do we increase the level of these guys to make them stronger? They're coming out 3 there. We would need 2 levels to make them come out as 4, because that'd put us at... Yeah, we would need to get up to level 3 to get it to 6. This would put them out 3 to up to 4 there. So, not really ideal. So if they come out of there as 3s, they would come out 1 if we split them again. So that doesn't really matter much. These do have that penalty going for them, unfortunately. I think we're gonna save our resources. We'll go a few waves like this, see what kind of trouble we can get into. I do like that it is remembering our speed there. That is something the demo didn't have. Over here on the right. We had to click that up each time. As soon as they get into the cluster of monkeys, it's just like, monkey go brr. Monkey go burr. That is getting our pink element up. It's kind of nice to see. What do you do? Splits the input into converts 2 levels into 3 stacks of both life and crystal elements for each input. Sorry, for each output. No. We do have rotate for 5. This is converts 1 level into the Velox glyph. No. I think we are gonna just hold. I would like more splitters, honestly. We're just not seeing them. Are we gonna hit 300 on this one? No, it's gonna be at least probably 20 before we see that. And yeah, if you're aiming for like level 2 ones, a lot of splitters can just get you a wave of them. And our next golem upgrade for the Simias is chance to stun. They do actually have only 1 max target. That is probably their biggest weakness. Our little vulnerability guys, though, they are helping. Because I think they hit multiple targets. Consumes 2 stacks of ice element, each output to level 5. Interesting, but not what we want. Lots of interesting combos here. What the hell are you? Rotates the input core 2 quarters and adds 5 levels. So basically, it's 2 left rotations. So that basically, yeah. So it would turn Simias into, let's see, so it's down to right. So it's right and down. So it turned them into Tormentis, which we were talking about getting. One thing we could do... No, it turns Simias into Tormenties. It would turn Lautus into... I believe it is the flying guys. Yeah, I don't like the flying guys. Flying guys can go right off a cliff. Tormenti seems the most tempting. Which means... we could do it there? What do the Tormenti want? Fire or... We need more AoE. Which is a little bit rough. Rotates only the glyphs 1/4 counterclockwise and adds 4 levels. Those are really expensive. We're just going to keep going. Tormenti, I think, is going to be our third, but... it becomes a matter of, do we actually even want a third? Do we just want to, like, stick with this working plan until it stops working? It has stopped working. Because those guys are not getting knocked back very easily. Yep, that's a lot of damage, you bastards. Ouch. Okay, we're going to have to actually level up, I think. Or we're going to just die here. We might just die here. Okay, so we got dropped to 8 life. We're going to have to level guys up. So, Vigils... we're going to actually take your cooldowns down to 5. Got up to 300 on them. They can do their stuns. That's another +2 there. I think we actually swap you out for a... we're actually going to swap these out for a Vigil. Because those aren't getting rotated, they're just getting split. We don't have any more splitters, unfortunately, with that, but... do we actually... up to level 5 on those guys, or level 6 or whatever? I forget what kind of improvements they get as they level up, but we're going to go to level 7 on them. They're going to be spamming out fast, so we can see just how much they do. That is one of our level 1. 7 attacks, 1 power, 10 max targets. That stun is going to help. Vulnerable is going to help. These guys are immune to knockback, but I think we have enough damage to kind of keep them at bay a little bit with the stuns. Because they're not immune to stun, they are just immune to knockback. So we can't flop anymore, unfortunately. Okay, you get sold, and we bring in another Vigil. We don't have enough for another speed up there, but that's fine. That rotates just the elements. So yeah, that becomes fire, that becomes ice, that becomes nature, and that becomes that. Okay, so that's not too bad. And yeah, it's super expensive for either one. $750 for you and $1,500 for the, like, guaranteed stun. I think we just sit and pray. I don't know if we're actually going to make it to 40. I might have bitten off more than I can chew by sticking with just one simple plan. These guys, I think, might be immune to stun. No, they're just immune to knockback. They're not immune to stun. So really, the only ones we have to worry about... we are losing ground, but... we can definitely make up for it. Okay. None of those are things we wanted. I think I did see a +5 that we might have wanted, but that would have only got us level 4 output. Get you both up to level 7. These are going to be low-level spammers that come out at level 2, essentially. We can't speed those up any further. We could speed these up. Could even speed up these guys. Or this other Simia. Might not be the worst of ideas. Start. Yeah, I think we need to just be spamming harder. I don't think we necessarily need much other than that. And these guys are pains in the butt, but we pretty much guaranteed stun them. Because of just how many monkeys we've got. Monkey. Ta-da! Oh, and yeah, that is an improvement one. So we can sell you, put that in its spot. We'll do our rerolls, see if we get anything particularly great. That's another splitter. Yeah, and they're going to constantly just be, that's going to make more. And I think we might actually want to swap those two. Just so we have a spam Simia and a spam Vigil going in. And yeah, we just start the next round. I don't know if we're going to hit 6250 for that next thing. We've got a decent number of crystals going, though. And these are the big guys that I remember from the freaking demo as well. Look at the swarm, Jeebus. Are we able to take them out? I believe so. Especially thanks to our Vigil spam. The Simia are just keeping them at bay and doing the bigger punches while the Vigils do the work. Let's see input cores level. Each output keeps the input cores elements. Not sure how that one's going to work, but it's 750. So we'll get that up to triple damage. Ooh, why is... Oh, maybe that has a lock next to it. Which is mildly concerning. Applies vulnerable stats 5,000 times to unlock. Okay, so we actually have to apply it a crap ton of times. I don't know how many times we've already done it. But... that's 2,000 to get the next cooldown on you guys? Ew. Yeah, we're going for cooldowns first, then we'll go for some more levels on the initial vigils. It's really hard to select something. I think we're looking for one of the level 7 ones. Yeah. 10 targets. It only does 1 damage each, but it applies vulnerable, and vulnerable does 3 times damage. We're starting to actually push back again. So that means they do 3 damage each. They may not do a lot of damage initially, but stacked up. Oh, doggy. None of those seem particularly interesting. This one's not bad. If we were going for ice. But really not going for ice on anything. We're going to get your cooldown down. I think I am going... 10 attacks is more than enough for those guys, I think. So that's fine there. This Vigil is just split to high health, so it doesn't matter. These two... oh, wait, this one's not being split. It doesn't even have anything in it. I forgot this doesn't have a connection to anything. So we could have actually grabbed some of these and made that better. Oops. Those are all leading through there. So they don't get levels. This takes 2 levels to get +1 in the end. So currently they're popping out at level 4. Because they're coming out at 6. They'd come out at level 5 if we took them to 3. I do think that they're fine enough as is, though. These require way more levels to actually even see any kind of improvement. This Vigil, we'll take you up to level 7. Then we'll just sit on our money. I don't think there's anything we can do right now to get stronger. Other than spending a crap ton to speed these up. See, we will speed you up. Forgot that we hadn't done you yet. Yeah, just getting stuff out faster is probably the most important thing in this. That's why we have so many splitters. That's why we're not really caring too much about level, because whenever they get punched in the face, they stop caring about level. We could do that. In fact, that doesn't seem like a terrible idea. And it's got enough levels that it can do it. This basically splits the input cores level, converts 2 levels into 3 stacks. So that's enough levels. So it goes from, if we level up you to 8, that goes to 4 and 4, and then becomes level 2 with 3 stacks of each. What are you? Oh, Impetum. We'll go another level there. I think I'm gonna get you up to level 10 so that you're still popping out at level 5. And then we'll save up for the 6250. Oh, they're popping out at level 4. You notice they're kind of flickery in here whenever they have that. I don't know if we can select one here. But we do outnumber them by a significant amount. We are applying constant vulnerability. We're starting to get greens in case we wanted to level something up with green. And yeah, it's zipping along that really fast, so I can't really tell for sure if it's 4. It's a little blurry because my monitor, but there you go. You're level 10. Oh, you can still go further than that. That is a color. So it goes from purple to gold. We'll refresh these. That... Oh, we don't have room up there. Yeah, we're already at 10. So we don't want to mess with that. I suppose we could do that. Sell you. Get you up here. Just to get more resources out of that one. I would swap these around. But I want the 2 slots going into this splitter. It would get us more resources to send them through it, but one of those things that I'm not entirely sure that's the best of ideas. Especially at the start. Okay, so yeah, that one has 4, 3, and 3. So yeah, it only splits... No, it's still only level 4, even though that's level 10. So that'd be 5 to 3. It's like it's getting +1 from somewhere, and I'm not sure where. That is mildly confusing me. Okay, so we're getting resources. You are 1500, right? Yeah, 1500 for always stuns and for longer. I don't think we're gonna worry about getting the bigger guys. I don't think it's actually valuable to us. I think we really do just want to hold off and save up our resources. What are you? Reduces golem damage by 10. Thankfully, vulnerable, I think... It looks like vulnerable does override that. We are starting to get to mildly sketchy territory. Because they are pushing us back. We obviously have more endurance on our units, but... Lordy. Oh, next wave should actually get us to maxed out there. I think one of the achievements was 10,000. By the way, as well. That might not be a bad idea. Yeah, if we can get to 10,000 before getting that, might be worth it. Oh, these guys are... I think they have more health than before, don't they? We have enough firepower. Oh, we have 1,500, so we can get the always stuns. Good call, good call. There we go. Apply 7,500 times stun. Oh, Jesus. That's a lot, my guys. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. We're going to get ourselves... I could swap the loadouts now. That does cut back on our knockback. We want both of those. I forget what the simias get for leveling up. It's different levels, different bonuses for different types of levels up. So I have to be kind of aware of that. Could go with Alautus in that last one, actually. Doesn't change. Yeah, we're going with Alautus. Gonna level you up. Okay, so that's as much as we can get there. Yeah, we're gonna have you do that. Double attack speed and triple gold gain. Oh, wow. Lautus is good. Okie dokie. They're econ. I did not realize that there would be econ units. If I can select one of the simias, it actually has... They just get attack up, I guess. We got big guy there. Big guy died. Can only take up to 12 damage at a time. Okay. I mean, we got plenty of units. So spamming units is pretty much our modus operandi. That Lotus is doing work. Jesus. Do we care about any of these? Not particularly. Think we are going to level you up there first. Now we're going to get you both down to cooldown 5. And get you some levels up. Yeah, we want that. We want the gold income to go burr. So we can just start buying all the upgrades. If I would have known that about Lautus, I would have been going for them way sooner. Do we really stand a chance against the later waves, though? 31, and we are already getting pushed back a bit. Our split strategy might not take us to 50. I mean, sorry, to 40. I think we need to focus in on bumping speeds. So you get out next. Need 2,000 for the next one, so we'll just take a level there. We do have more slots. Keep forgetting that we have 2 more slots. Not going to mess with it right now. I do think our loadout is fine. I think we need more levels. We need a little bit more money. We are actually getting money because currently we have gold upgrades from the little floaty guys. I think the only reason they're pushing us back is because the flying guy is getting past our front line. We are, never mind, we are getting pushed back by the normal ones as well. That sucks. It is just the wall versus the wall of bodies. I do wonder if there is a tanky approach as well that could work. None of those are what we want. I'm going to move you forward. I'm going to move you forward. Have that back here. Okay, so we have one more to get down to 5 cooldown. Get you up to level 9. We might actually boost these front vigils up to 10 as well. I'm not sure what other upgrades we can get. Obviously, I think it wanted us to go for the higher level guys. But we do not have that available right now. We have not applied vulnerability enough to get the other thing, unfortunately. God, the econ from these guys. None of those are what we want. So now we have everyone down to cooldown 5. These require 2 levels to see the next up, so we'll do that. That. You require a lot more, because that's getting them through at 2. If we do to 3, it'll be 2 again. 4, be 2, 3, 2. 5 would be 2, 3. Yeah, 5 would be 3, 2, 2. 6 would be... No, 6 would be 4. 3, 2. Yeah, it requires too many levels to actually even see anything from that. So yeah, we do need to be doing it to these guys. I will probably be leveling up these as well. I'm slightly curious to see if they're actually going to be doing more damage or not. You need how much? 1,500 for the double attack speed? Okay. See, max targets and decent power on the Lautus, so the Lautus can actually do some work. They all have decent max target, except for the Simia. But the Simia, we're just pumping out enough of them that there's just a wall of them at the bottom. Yeah, those little winged guys terrify me. Because they're the only ones that have gotten through to us. If you remember. That's getting expansive. So I think we might just save up for that 10,000. Did I think I'm going to ignore the fact that I just skipped over the one that I wanted. Okay, so level 5, yeah, gets attack speed and max targets boost. Oh, never mind, that is the elements doing that. I keep forgetting. The elements are what boost the different things. The level just gives you extra attacks. I am a dumbass. I have forgotten so much from the tutorial. Yeah, we should hit 1500 green on this wave. Do I intend to do a second run today? Maybe. We'll see. Okay. That means those increase max targets. The green must increase attack speed. Yeah, I had forgotten that those actually play a role in that. Ooh, +4. And it does it from... Oh, I think that combines 2 stacks into 1. I don't particularly want that. So I guess fire would be damage. What are you? Every 10 stacks of each element is converted to 1 stack of exalted everything. 5 targets and plus 25% knockback distance. 5 attack speed and 1 multi-hit per stack. So yeah, fire is the damage one. Okie dokie. Do I try that? Just try and make like a strong Lautus? And yeah, now we have multipliers. This could get wild fast. Man, we have not applied it 5,000 times. I thought we would have by now. So we have quad elemental ones in there. So they've got damage, attack, and everything boosts. Don't know what level they are, but that should actually do some decent work. So now we're getting all the resources going. It's kind of ridiculous. We might make it to 40. I don't know if those actually do combine them or not. They might just be 2 inputs to 1 output. Which is fine. Oh, no, we're dead. We are dead. We're 100% dead. We got to 37. So we didn't get our 10,000 even either. Let's go back to main menu, see if we unlocked anything with that. Got a vigil upgrade. Double max target. Oh, so you actually... Okay. You have to finish it to get that. So we got 2,000 vigil to unlock. Oh, never mind. Double max targets, knockback distance tripled. We unlocked that. Vulnerable targets take 12 times damage. So we did apply that. Oh, it's unlocking the one that we didn't go down the path of. Okay. Stun target knocks them back 5 times the distance. Okay. Up to 12 times damage based on target's current health. And 50,000 damage dealt by them. Yeah, we dealt over 50,000 damage, period, so that's fine. We got Factory unlocked. What is Factory? New background. Does that change the enemies? We'll look. I don't think we're going to do another full play. We'll look. This opener sucks. See, did we get something better this time? Got Alice. Well, let's just see if we get enemies that are interesting. Throw you there. And that to there, and start. Is it different enemies? If it's different enemies, that's going to be interesting. So is it? Nope, it's the same enemies. Maybe it's going to be different later, but it does unlock new areas, and I don't know how we get crystals. Because it's not a requirement for this stage. It is a requirement for these gemstones. So I'm not entirely sure. This is just patterns of enemies, I'm guessing. But gemstones. Have we seen? Oh, there's still enemies we haven't seen. So I guess there are new enemies in those places. Catalysts. We've seen a lot of these. We very obviously didn't get all of them because we didn't fully upgrade. Of course, we've seen all the golems. Not necessarily here, but in general. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. This was an hour-long run, so that's a good length for a run. That is a lunch break run, essentially, which is good length for games like this. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath. Bye.